A new week is here, and on this channel that means only one thing. Every week I drop an episode of Your Take, Not Mine, where I hand the mic to you guys and let your spiciest NBA opinions take the spotlight. Then I pick the best ones and break them down on video. This week has been a little quieter than the rest of the off-season, but let's not kid ourselves. There's still plenty going on that people either don't notice or don't want to admit. The off-season may feel slow, but there's still drama going on behind the curtain, and plenty to argue about. To drop your takes, I usually post in the community tab the day before the video, just like the one on screen now. So if you want your name here next time, pay attention. But before we even get started, I've got to call some of you out. Way too many of you watching right now aren't even subscribed. Subscribe to the channel. If you actually enjoy this content, just hit that subscribe button already. It helps a ton, and honestly it's the least you can do. Now let's get into it. The first take we've got today is from Sad T-Wolves fan, who claims LaMelo Ball hasn't really improved since his rookie year. He's just been given the freedom to jack up more shots. Gotten the green light so his box score looks better than it really is. LaMelo Ball is a flashy talent who entered the NBA with a huge following thanks to the Ball family circus on and off the court. After all the noise, he did silence some doubters and proved himself as one of the better point guards in the league, already grabbing an all-star spot along the way. Has an all-star nod on his resume. But that came way back in 2022, and since then it's fair to argue he's actually gone backwards. To be fair, the original take was off by a year. LaMelo did make a real jump from year 1 to year 2. But after that, the point stands. He hasn't grown anywhere near as much as people expected, as fans hoped he would. Sure, on paper his all-star season was the year he scored the fewest points per game out of the last 4, so the steady rise since then might look like improvement. But let's be real, the only reason his scoring keeps climbing is because every year he comes out firing even more shots than before. Up even more shots than before. Back in his all-star year, he took about 16 shots a game and actually shot well 43% from the field and 39% from 3, which is solid considering most of his looks came off the dribble. But since then, he's been chucking non-stop, 20 shots per game in 2023, 19 in 2024, and 21 last season in 2025. That ranked as the second most shots per game in the entire NBA, only behind Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. As the second most shots in the whole NBA, trailing only Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the actual MVP. And let's not pretend, SGA's shot quality and efficiency are on another level compared to LaMelo's wild attempts. As LaMelo's shot volume has gone up, his efficiency has tanked. Last season he shot just 40% from the field and 34% from 3, both flat out below league average. LaMelo's turnovers keep climbing, and staying healthy is still a big question mark. So yeah, his talent isn't the issue, but can he actually lead a winning team and make the clutch plays winners need? Right now, it looks like he's just padding stats and isn't a reliable difference maker, one of the emptiest stat guys in the entire NBA. The next take comes from Baxatron, who claims the Atlanta Hawks will snag the number 1 seed in the East this year with a perfect starting lineup and a much stronger bench. If you've been watching this channel all offseason, you know I'm fully on board with the Hawks as a breakout team. But the idea of them actually taking the top seed? That's a whole different, much more questionable story. But the number 1 seed? That's a much tougher claim and I'm not sold on it. That said, let's dig into this. Trae Young has his flaws, especially on defense, but it's hard to find a point guard who can create offense like he does. Historically, he's carried the Hawks to top 10 offensive rankings most seasons, regardless of who's around him. No matter who's around him, any extra scoring help could make this team ridiculously explosive. Defense, though, is always the real question. They'll rise or fall based on it. Lately, they're making serious progress. Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, and Onyeka Okongwu are showing they can be elite defenders. Meanwhile, Zachary Reeves has steadily improved throughout his rookie year, and got better as his rookie season progressed. I also think Kristaps Porzingis is massively underrated by most fans. Sure, he might not be at his peak anymore, but fit-wise he's perfect for this Hawks squad. Last season, through the end of January at full strength, the Hawks ranked 13th in defense, the first time in a while they've been above average. With another year of growth, plus Porzingis' length and shot-blocking versatility, This Hawks team is long, agile, and better equipped to cover Trae Young's defensive weaknesses than any Hawks squad he's played on before. I wouldn't be shocked if they finish as a top 10 defense next season. On offense, they've added more shooters to space the floor like Nick Claxton, Alexander Walker, and Luke Kennard. Jalen Johnson hopefully stays healthier than last season so he can keep growing as a playmaker. Zach Reeves looks ready to take a big step forward as a shooter in year 2. And Trae Young is easily the best passer Kristaps Porzingis has ever played with, so their two-man game could become one of the league's most dangerous duos. I'll firmly stake my claim, people. Finally, the last take comes from Mark, who says Austin Reeves is more valuable as a trade asset for the Lakers than as a player on their roster. When the Lakers got Luka Doncic last season at the trade deadline, it locked them into being a Luka first team for the foreseeable future. That's exciting, but it also means they have to build a team around Luka Doncic that actually maximizes his skills and the team's potential. To do that, they likely need different play styles than what they currently have. The truth is, Luka might be one of the most talented offensive players in the league, but defensively, he's a liability, especially on the perimeter where his lack of speed gets exposed and often gets exploited. The ideal partner next to him in the backcourt is a guard who can actually defend at a high level. Since Luka is better defending wings and bigs than other guards, Austin Reeves has been shining as a scoring guard. But here's the problem. He's at best a mediocre defender, and the more he handles the offense, the worse his defense becomes. Because he's spending more energy creating on offense. Reeves isn't a complete liability, but he's far from perfect. He lacks the athleticism and agility top perimeter defenders have. With the offense built around Luka Doncic, I actually think the original take has some merit. Reeves would likely thrive more on a team led by a true playmaking point guard. Letting his scoring skills keep developing. At full strength, it's hard to see the Lakers getting the most out of Reeves with Luka Doncic dominating usage and LeBron James still around. Plus, Reeves might be on an expiring contract with a player option for next year, which complicates things even more. Meaning he could opt out and become a free agent in 2026. He'll want a big payday, and rightly so, but I'm not convinced the Lakers should, or would, spend that much on a player who doesn't perfectly complement their franchise star. If Reeves were on the trade block, though, the Lakers could still get serious value in return, since any team trading for him would know they're likely re-signing him. Would do so knowing they'll likely re-sign him. Coming off a season averaging 20 points, 6 assists, and 4.5 rebounds per game while shooting 46% from the field and 38% from 3, Reeves could command a big return, giving the Lakers much-needed depth in areas they're weak. And with that, that's all for today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and